best parts of working in TV?
I've been working in film for 15 years, and I just found that it's nice to know that you've got a job coming and a steady gig and just a character that you can grow from week to week.
You have to go at a tremendous clip, which is a little bit difficult for me because I came up another way. But at the same time, with the unpredictability of not knowing what's coming, when something surprising happens, there's great pleasure in that.
They make these big shows that are very cinematic, and you can fall in love with characters on TV in ways that you can't do in films because you don't know them well enough. One of the great things about working on that show is that I've never worked in a situation, maybe on some of the independent films that I've had, but definitely not in something that has this much money involved, where it feels like they trust and respect their actors so much that our opinions not only are valid but almost encouraged.
It's collaborative in many ways on our show, and it's honestly it's not in some ways. It's like the question is, hey, you know what? I don't really get that line, or it doesn't really come out of my mouth just as well as it could be. Can I say this? And it's always like, give us one, and we'll give you one.
And which one do they use?
And they always use the one that they wrote because they're writing. So.
I think that network TV model is going to have to change. This is just my opinion. I think that between 13 and 15 episodes a year is optimal. Optimum? That's right. Yeah, right. And I think that going 22 is too much, unless, of course, you're a half-hour comedy, and I think that there are people that can kind of crank that out. I think that it ends up hurting the storylines. I think you can develop stronger arcs in a shorter period of time.
I still think 13 is a really good number for not watering down the material.
If there's a problem with it, we'll sit and work it out until we're all on the same page, which is a real luxury. Because usually, in TV, there's...
It's a real luxury.
Yeah. It's just, you don't get that.
I come from the theater, and rehearsal was just a dream, So when you come into television, we're marking, and then we get into it. The good thing about our show is that they do allow a lot of takes, so I find that we're rehearsing during the takes.
I can't emphasize enough the importance of a terrific director-showrunner, especially with a show that should have a more filmic sensibility. It's crucial. I will admit to being a voyeur and watching some of the Twitter feeds every once in a while, and they say very smart things, and sometimes they actually have incredible plot ideas, or where they think something is going, and that's sort of fantastic. I'm going to make a prediction.
Okay.
I think that you're going to see a lot of studios and networks try to compel contractually to have their talent tweet about the show, and then I'm going to start kicking balls because it ain't going to happen.